So, Backrooms, you've seen it now.
Yeah, I've seen Backrooms, and when did you see it? Like a week or so ago, or
Just on Tuesday. Today's Saturday, so just a
Oh
few
yeah,
days
yeah. So
ago.
yeah, no, that's right. You saw it just like a couple of days before I did, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what
which
did...
well, I broke my first rule, which is I went to go see a movie not on a Tuesday, so
Oh,
that
no,
was
that makes it more painful.
it. Really does, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
even if
yeah.
it's a good movie,
Yeah,
it bite it,
double the price.
you're
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be like, this better be worth it.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, like overall, I liked the experience. I guess I just felt like with that premise, there's just it's almost infinite what you could do with the Backrooms premise, and I just felt that they didn't do more. I didn't get much of an emotional impact by the end of it all. When it ended, I
Yeah.
was just kind of like, what? Oh, that's it. That's it. I'll also, did you stick around for the end credits?
No, no, I walked away. Jella, actually, so I went and watched it with Jella, and yeah, but she was feeling more like, oh, that was a thing. Like, this is weird. And yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't think it was like the best movie ever, but it was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's very
and
original, right?
for sure,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, and it immediately just gave me video game vibes, and I think what I got out of it more than what Jella did was just the fact that it felt like inspiration for me. I was like, oh, cool! I kind of want to make a game inspired by this, which I know there's already been a Backrooms game. Um,
What's cool though, and this is something, well, like this is a whole other topic that we could talk about aside from the movie itself,
mm,
but what is the legalities now? Because this is a big hit, but this
yeah,
is a weird. This is kind of why it's a little bit surprising that Hollywood took aboard this project, because
it's
it's
not
now
really
kind of,
owned by anyone.
well, it's now becoming compartmentalized, right? Where Backrooms itself, the IP, is essentially public domain, but because I wish I remembered the kid who made the movie, because we're
Right,
going to be kind of talking about him a lot. I think it's like K
right.
Parson, something like that.
We could look it up.
So whatever stuff he's been creating, um, the stuff that he's been creating for the movie, they can own that, but they don't get to own the Backrooms itself, right? So things
uh,
like the captain character, the pirate stuff, those specific characters,
those are original
those are original to
to
hit.
the
Like
movie.
he
Yeah,
owns that, or
yeah,
the
yeah,
studio
yeah,
owns that,
yeah. So
but
Kane Parsons is his name, and yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz was a book series before the movie, and then they made changes to the movie. So like the ruby slippers are exclusive to the movie because in the
yeah.
books it was the silver shoes. And they were like, no, we're going to fancy it up even more because this is color film and we're going to make them, bright red sparkling slippers. So yeah, I get it. It is a weird place to be in, but you can still own the IP because again, you own the parts of it that you created that are unique to your film.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's but I don't know if you could really say, like that's the thing, is you don't own the Backrooms IP, you own those characters IPs, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
Um,
and I don't, what was the budget of the back rooms?
so oh god, it was
Let's see, 10 million. Yeah, they
right.
don't care. They made $366 million worldwide so far. Oh, you know what's hilarious is this is A24. I fucking love A24. They take
Yeah,
risks. They make
of course. Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
films.
The,
They're like
eight,
my
eight,
favorite.
well, especially like if it wasn't for A24 for the last 15 years, like people like me, or like real like film, like people who really love good films, there would almost be nothing for
For
us
you.
if
Yeah.
A24 didn't exist. A24 kind of is very much like what Miramax was in the 90s,
Right.
where they were making these like risky indie movies, but that also did like very well with the public. Like they would have very
Yeah,
much
yeah,
mainstream
yeah.
success with them.
Well,
Um,
yeah, $350 million in profit. I
yeah.
don't think they
The,
give a
the thing
shit.
is though, the thing is, and I don't know if this one. So the thing also though with A24 is you can't give A24 too much credit in that there are movies that A24 creates themselves, like they produce and they
Right.
make sure get
Yeah.
made, and
Which
then
are
there's other
crap.
times where A24 is just a distributor where they
Oh,
will go
okay.
to the film festivals and snatch it and be like,
Right.
we will distribute
Hey,
this for you.
whatever. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sure Kane Parsons is pretty freaking excited that A24 wanted to pick them up. Like, kid's now a millionaire, and did he direct it too, or did they get somebody else
Yeah.
to direct it? He
No, no, no,
directed
no.
it.
He's the director and co-writer. They
Yeah.
and this
Wow.
is actually kind of I think where part of my issues may lie is that I almost wonder if I would have been better if Kate Person didn't have a co-writer, because it wasn't like the co-writer was his like best buddy who he's been collaborating with. It was a Hollywood writer where they were kind of like, yeah, it's like we're gonna bring on this kid, but we're not really gonna trust him. We're gonna have this
Right.
like experienced writer kind of guiding it a lot. Same way where I also feel like I do believe I feel that Kane Parsons did direct the movie,
Mm,
but because it's his first movie and because he was so young,
yeah.
I do think that there was a lot of guidance from other like
You know what?
they
That's probably good for him in the long run because this is what's going to bankroll his future endeavors where he gets more control. So like whoop de do. Like I
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
the from an artiste standpoint maybe that's not the best approach, but like yeah, he's fucking set now, probably for life. He's probably going to have a huge career in directing, and I mean you'd hope. And
Well, I mean, it's like again, it's his first movie. Let's
yeah,
again,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
I let's see him make three great movies, and
Yeah,
then I'll
totally.
honestly start because here's
Totally.
my thing: is it's definitely like an impressive first film, but I'm still sort of like until I sort of see like in of itself, I don't find this movie to be all
Spectacular.
that I don't find
Yeah,
it to be all
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
satisfying. If you have to like go back and watch a ton like a dozen short films and get into all this lore to connect the dots and then know that there's
Yeah.
going to be more storyline coming, then I'm again sort of like this is a small piece of a giant puzzle as opposed to a standalone solid
So you feel
story.
that this doesn't stand on its own? Because I did. I don't know anything about
Um
the back. I mean, I knew that it existed. I knew that it was a bunch of empty yellow colored office rooms, but that's it. And I knew that it was like demented weirdness. Um,
I
but I feel like it stood on its own. I think it was fine. I don't think it was like a masterpiece by any means. I just think it was a good, fun, interesting, weird film.
yeah, so I gave it a 6 out of 10. That was like
Yeah,
my
yeah. I would have given it a
rating.
7, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm slightly more forgiving. Okay, but yeah.
I
So
guess the thing is, it's like we're with a premise where you could do virtually anything. I guess I'm just sort of surprised by a lot of the choices that he went with that played such a large part.
mm,
Like the basically like I mean yeah if like I'm much I guess the fact that they kind of created the main monster being the giant pirate again, I'm just sort of like you could have done something I think so much better than that, but that's where they
right.
went. And if it was
Yeah.
maybe a small sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was agreeing with you. I was just saying right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like and again, maybe it's just a matter of personal taste. I
Oh,
felt like it would have been I think there was like some missed opportunities where I would have been much more interested in it being almost in a weird way an even slower movie where you really get to watch the main character, the guy, truly slowly go insane in the back rooms, as opposed to us
yeah.
kind of like
They
moving away and then you just
come back and he's full on crazy. Yeah, that was.
yeah, yeah, and just I don't know. Again, a lot of the thing, like again, I was sort of like this movie feels like it was made by a very intelligent 19-year-old, but the again for a 19-year-old.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
I would have probably still preferred if this movie was made by a very intelligent 30-year-old. Um,
yeah. I
but
can I can get that. I do agree with you. Like it was, and I knew the psychiatrist was gonna come in eventually. I did not
right.
think that they were gonna do what they did, where like it starts with him just being like, okay, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm not some crazy asshole and you're gonna have to apologize to me. And then it kind of like skips his whole, as you're saying, it skips the part where he slowly goes freaking crazy. It just kind of, it doesn't even really montage that. It just it implies that that's what happened. And then she shows up and it's like, oh no, he's just fully fucking snapped and he's kind of the villain now and he's crazy. And I was like, oh, that was weird. That was a little jarring. I think it might have been better, as you're saying, if it had just been slowly seeing his uh, devolving into this crazy fucking person because he's dealing with a space that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I think for me that would have been a little bit more of a mind fuck kind of film,
Mm-hmm.
I love those kinds of movies, and I think uh, like I almost weirdly almost feel like Backrooms could have been better if it was almost made by a foreign director.
I was gonna
And
say Alex Garland. I think would have done an
oh,
amazing job with the
I would
Backrooms.
agree. Although I hate to say, when Alex Garland first started, I was really impressed with him. But then, as he started making more movies, he started becoming a little bit more hit and miss with me.
Right.
But when Alex Garland does well, I really like his stuff, and I think that is a good example where I think he actually could have probably have done something a little bit more interesting. Again, I keep going back to the feeling that it just felt like a pilot, and from what I heard, is Kane Parson does want to. He wants to make more YouTube shorts of Backrooms, and he also wants to continue like more of a mini series. And that's where again I feel like, yeah, this feels like a movie that is one chunk of a bigger puzzle. And had
Right.
this have been the first episode of an 8-part miniseries, I
Series.
would have
Yeah.
liked it a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But then
because there's just
again, like, would you have been all in for an 8 part series? Because I know you say all the time that you prefer films as opposed to long series because you know
I
the
do.
the
I would, but I still prefer miniseries over TV shows. If the miniseries
right.
was like it's 8 episodes
If
and then
and
it's
it's
over,
done, yeah, yeah,
then
yeah,
I would be like, okay, cool.
yeah.
But I would still wait till the entire thing is done, and I wait for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
audience to say
yeah.
whether it's worth it.
Totally true.
Um,
Yeah, I feel that
yeah.
way too. I hate watching a series before it's finished. I can't do it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it could be cool to see if they do more films in this what would you call it? Not genre, in this series, I guess. But yeah, I liked it for what it was. I think it did stand on its own, but there are definitely elements and like uh, with Alex Garland, my only thought, and again, I've only actually watched. I'm pretty sure I've only watched 2 of his movies. I've watched Ex Machina and Annihilation, and I'm really thinking of Annihilation when I think about this. I'm like, oh fuck, it done in the same way that he did Annihilation. That would have been great. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was still a movie worth watching, but yeah, I would probably be a little less satisfied had I paid full price for it. Like I paid $10 for my ticket on
Yeah,
Tuesday,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Um, like another like there's a number of directors who like that I think could have done some.
Oh, we lost you on the call. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. All right. Technical difficulties aside, we were trying to come to an end of our thoughts on this movie, and you were just about to say that you know you there's a number of directors that you think could have done a better job with the film.
Yeah. Well, I was saying like I find a lot of like the really sort of like deep and intellectual writer directors. A lot of them seem to come from Europe, and
Mm.
and they've always been really big because like European movies, like they never really have the big budgets of Hollywood. They never try to even contend with those types of movies. So rather than being very um, uh, what would be the word? Kind of rather than being very external, they become much more internal kind of movies where they become much more psychological
Right.
and minimalistic. And I feel like that's exactly what the Backrooms is.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. So it would have been a good pairing in that regard. Well, and I guess that's kind of faint praise for the movie then, is at least from your perspective, is you feel like it could have been done a better job with a different director.
well, yeah, and I don't like dislike the movie. Like, I think it's very impressive for what that guy did with his age. And it's more, I think, the hype wagon. It was the fact that
Yeah, a
that movie
lot
got
of
hyped up
people.
so much.
Yeah. Well, and I find that a lot though, and I wonder how much of that is just BS marketing. Um, and I mean, I guess it's not because I guess that is word of mouth because it did make 366 million worldwide. So that is doing well enough to be. And I think also there's the fact that it was only a $10 million movie and that it's done by a 20-year-old kid. So it's just like more and more impressive is, I guess, what everybody's opinion of it was. Because yeah, I would have rated it a 7 out of 10. You said 6 out of 10. So yeah, it's not a bad movie by any means. But yeah, I think when everybody gives you the impression that this is gonna be epic, then it's a little bit of a letdown when it's not quite living up to that hype.
Yeah. I think in some ways we're probably all going a little bit easy on the movie because it was made by somebody who's so young. And I think that was a big part of the marketing and hype
Yeah.
was not only that this movie got made, but it was made from a YouTuber who was born
Yeah.
after YouTube was
Yeah,
invented.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
guess
a
my
love
thought is,
story.
well, imagine, like, I guess my thought is, what if the movie was the exact same in every way, but it was directed by M. Night Shyamalan? Would we have still been as easy
Yeah.
on it, or would we
No,
have been
no,
like,
for sure not. M. Night
right?
Shyamalan doing this with, a $70 million budget. Yeah, it certainly wouldn't have been as impressive. And you're right.
Well,
That's
no, I'm
a
not. I
fair
guess I
assessment.
would have to still say it would have been made on the $10 million because I'm saying like this exact movie. If
Right,
this was the
right. Yeah,
exact
yeah,
movie he
yeah. I
came
get
out
it.
with, I
But
think
just a
people would
different
just be,
director.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
people would have just been harsher on the movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
I feel like the movie again, like yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I think if M Night Shyamalan did it, it would have been a completely different film. so,
yeah,
so to be
okay, so
fair to this guy, he did a decent job. I think he did better than what some more experienced directors could have done.
I think one of my gripes with it is, well, aside from the fact that I really enjoyed Obsession, and maybe it would have been better if I saw Obsession after
After,
Backrooms,
yeah,
because it
yeah,
feels like Backrooms is like living in the shadow of this other movie I really, really like connected with. But one thing that Obsession also had that I feel Backrooms was lacking was that um, there was kind of a fair amount of like I don't want to go so far as to say like humanity because the characters in Obsession are very kind of amoral characters, but
right,
they are like very human, and I didn't like or care about the characters in Backrooms. It's like they were there
right.
to serve a purpose,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
but
get it. You didn't feel like you built any kind of connection around the character. Well, yeah, and that's just a lack of character work, I guess, in the story. Well, and I think that's kind of the perfect segue for us to end this conversation because I need to go see Obsession. So I think I got to see that this Tuesday in a couple of days. So
nice. Well, then
we'll
we should do another show then after you've seen that one,
yeah,
and we can
exactly. And then
talk
we
about
can
that.
compare because I'm going to be doing what you said you kind of wish you had done is I watched the Backrooms first and now I'll go see Obsession. So we'll
See,
see.
but well, I think you're gonna like Backrooms maybe a little bit. Well, see, that's the thing is I'm now hyping up this obsession in
Yeah.
a way that it's going to be like let down again.
Yeah.
Like when you mentioned earlier about part of what you liked with Backrooms was you as a gamer being able to appreciate it, and I think that's a big that is a big element, that the
Yeah,
gamer in you, like, I don't think the gamer in you will be
is gonna
as
be, yeah,
inspired by
but
Obsession as
I,
Backrooms.
I fair, except I also love films, right? And like so, and I love psychological horror,
Yeah.
thrillers, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see.
There, there's a lot more comedy in Obsession, so
Well, that's good.
you
That's
could, yeah, you might appreciate it on
that
that
level,
level,
and it'll
and it's
probably
also
temper the. I know nothing about Obsession other than the title, and I've seen like a single still image of it, so it'll be
that's kind of
good
the
to go
best
in blind.
way to. I don't think I saw a trailer for Obsession,
Yeah,
and I think actually it's way better going in cold
yeah,
without
yeah.
any knowledge. Yeah.
Well, let's meet up again soon, and we'll discuss that movie and compare.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
until next time. Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
See you, buddy.
Bye.